So you want to buy either the Sony XB21 or the Flip 4 from JBL, but don't know which? Let's find out right after this.
This is, you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back. And for all you new people, welcome. My name's Travis and I do reviews every single week and we have fun doing it. If that sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it and you won't miss a single bit of action. But for now, back to the video. First up is a Sony XB21. It just recently came out. It was announced in CEDIA 2018. Waterproof, has a light, and remember that? Each side of the speaker can be hit and make different sounds, and even some of it's customizable. It's kind of a cool little trick. Do that while you're playing your music, get down, get funky. Actually, you've already seen me do this. You can check out the review above. It's got 12-hour battery life. You can chain two of them together for left and right stereo. You actually can connect up to 100 of these and play music with 100 speakers and make every single one of your neighbors hate you. Battery life, 12 hours, that's what's stated. You're probably closer to 9 hours when you're full blast, full music, knocking this thing sideways, making all the noise and being a general nuisance to all your friends. Sure, it's waterproof, dustproof, and has lights and all the things that I already talked about in the review, but is it good? Will it beat the Flip 4? Flip 4 can't do that. Now, battery life and everything aside, let's talk about the things I like about this speaker. First of all, the feel is great. I kind of like the color. I thought it was going to be a little bit more blue than this, but it's actually kind of a neat color. Almost like a sea green on here. The buttons are very easy to get to right up here, and there's a little nubby feet here that can be used as a stand. It looks nice, it's small, it's easy. I actually can put this in my pocket. I can beat a drum, and it's just kind of a neat little speaker, and it sounds real good. You can make phone calls on it really easily. It has NFC, which is great, which means pairing my phone is just boom, done. Love that. More of that, please. Can we do more NFC? And of course, the Sony name, something you can stand behind, a company that's been around for a very long time, and you know that they're going to continue to support this thing. But obviously, you want to know what the performance is like, so since I can't really play copyrighted music on the channel, I'm going to listen to You Know You Like It by DJ Snake to make sure the highs, lows, and mids are reproduced good on here, and then I'll play an actual song that I can play, and we'll compare it against the JBL Flip 4. Now, I just replayed the song just to make sure, and just like I said in the review, the highs and mids are fantastic, and the bass just really isn't there. I mean, you can kind of hear something, but if you listen to that song on a good system, you'll know that it's heavy with bass, and you just don't really feel it with the Sony XB21. However, there are other types of music you can play on this thing, so let's try something that maybe isn't so bass heavy and see what it sounds like.
Across the book, have them booking at your truck. Out of luck, cause they shooting for shoes. Shit, jacket for jacket, shoot you out of them shoes. Get you out of the floor, no winter degree. You're out of your damn mind, trying to bully my breed. So
overall, the performance is good, solid. Highs and mids are great. The lows are just kind of not really there, but it's actually not bad for a party speaker, or in the shower speaker it'd actually be really great. So let's see what the JBL has. Now already, I love the color of this. It's deep blue. I love blue. This is a deep, beautiful blue. So for me, that's a total win. Looking at the sides, there's some little, you can actually see here, on the sides you can see the parts where I believe the bass is going to come out of. It actually flexes, it's pretty cool. I'm actually excited to hear what that's all about. Obviously, being waterproof, you got to protect your insides. Just a micro USB and a 3.5 millimeter connection in there. By the way, I actually didn't get a micro USB cable with this or another cable at all. So I don't know if it's because this doesn't normally come with one, or maybe I got a used, I don't even know. This was already on it, which is cool, little wrist strap. So I like that. The power on's real easy. There's a button, a special button right underneath that allows you to quickly link between multiple speakers. So I like it so far, just the feel, and having the wrist strap is kind of cool, and of course it's waterproof, so that's not bad.
Hello. For tips on what you can say, turn on the microphone and say, help.
Well, that's another thing you can do with this thing. It's got a smart assistant built in, and this is actually brilliant. All you have to do is hit the play button and you automatically get it. So it actually brings up for me with my Android phone, Google Now, so let's find out. What time is it?
The time is 6:38 p.m.
So in a way, it almost becomes like an Amazon Tap, where you just tap it and you can get Google, but of course it's Google, so you can do all the Google searching that you want. That's a plus. That's easy to invoke. I did not see that option for the Sony, although it did say on the box that there's some type of voice assistant. They talked about it during the phone, but this is straight up, hit that play button and you have a smart assistant. That's pretty cool. So 12 hours of battery life. waterproof, the ability to have a stereo pair or 100 of these all around you, and an app that allows you to change all types of settings, and you also can plug in a 3.5mm right in. But to be honest, again, it comes right down to the sound. I mean, the other specs are pretty much the same, short of the amazing ability to just press one button and have Google Now. To me, that's something that sets it apart. But let's listen to the audio and see what that sounds like. So again, first off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and listen to You Know You Like It to hear the bass and everything. Then I'm gonna go back to the other song and play that live so we can try to hear the difference between the two.
Don't panic, the glass never breaks, so it might as well be granted. When you hang around, gas and too standing. You see, I put the media on the floor, get just panic.
So as it turns out, the bass profile is about the same on this as it is on the Sony SRS XB21. Really, that is to say that they're about the same. They sound about the same in the highs and mids, and the lows are just about the same. There's not really a lot to it. You might have seen the cool bouncing thing on the edge. This thing is kicking in and out, trying to get some bass out there, but none really to be had. God, it looks so cool. This blue is so cool. So awesome. So to be perfectly honest, the sound profile on both of these is the same. The battery life is the same. They're both waterproof. They both can attach to 100 speakers. They both can do left and right. They both have apps. Which one wins? Well, it's not really that simple. Unfortunately, they're kind of in a tie. I mean, the sound profile is the same. I wish it was different so I could say definitely the JBL or definitely the Sony, but they really sound a lot alike. Despite the fact that they're designed differently, and this thing has the bop features and the sound features, and this one has the ease to the Google Assistant, they sound pretty much the same, and it just is so difficult to choose between one or the other. So it's probably gonna come down to brand loyalty, or in the case of this blue sexy color. So when it comes down to it, which one should you get? The Sony XB21 or the JBL Flip 4? Well, I wish this could be a little bit easier to say, because to be honest, the specs are so close that really it only comes down to one or two things. This thing has little feet on the bottom, which will allow you to sit it like this on a table and play just fine. You can't really do that with this. I mean, it's gonna roll. I tried. It doesn't really want to stay there. However, this has really easy access to Google Assistant. And while there is a way to do this through the app, it's not quite as easy, but they could easily make a firmware upgrade to make that happen. So I guess it just depends on which company you like better. JBL's been around for a long time doing lots of audio. Of course, Sony's been around forever as well, but they sound pretty much the same. There may be a little bit more highs and stuff on the Sony, but the JBL has a great sound. Really, you can't go wrong with either one of these. So I guess it's a tie. Who'da thunk it? So if this helped you out in any way, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it to all your friends. We're here every single week having a great old time. Peace and love, peace and love.